Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aries in mid-November 2020. What is going on, Aries? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. All right, Aries, welcome to mid-November. Happy Thanksgiving if you are celebrating that holiday in about a week or so, week and a half, something like that. If you are getting together with friends and family for the holiday or at any time, Aries, please take all precautions that are necessary to help protect you and those that you are surrounding yourself with. 2020 is not done doing whatever it's doing. COVID-19 is not taking any off days. So again, I want everyone, at least that's what I'm saying in all my videos, to take very, very good care of themselves. Make sure you do what you got to do to protect yourself and protect others, okay? And in general, Aries, I hope you're happy, safe, and healthy at this time and secure. You know, I know 2020 has been kind of rough for many people, but, you know, let's hold on to some hope. Let's make some good choices out there. And again, just like be mindful, all right? If whatever you're doing during the holidays, whatever you're doing in your everyday life, be mindful, okay? Let's get into it, Aries. Let's see. Or excuse me, before we get into it, we have the general opening, the general intro. Aries, anything you want from me, it is already in the description box. The timestamp is down there for when the reading begins. You can find the information that you need if you want to go about purchasing a personal reading with me. If you have a question before you place an order for a personal, just email me at the same address that you see listed there, and I will answer you as soon as I can. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, the name is EmpathicFire Tarot. You can find the link to my Instagram down in the description box as well, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Messages for Aries in mid-November 2020. I'd like to see messages for Aries, please, in mid-November 2020. Please show me. Ooh, I don't think this needs a bridge, am I right? Yeah, they're ready. Interesting, no bridge. I think you might be the only sign. You're the last sign I'm doing for the mids. And everybody else got a bridge, but you did not. Card flipped over there. King of Pentacles. Interesting. Anyway, two more, please, at least. For Aries in mid-November, please show me. Okay. One more, please, at least, for Aries mid-November. King of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, the Hierophant. I think, Aries, you are really at the helm here, really at the driving the car, sailing the ship. You're really in a place of control. It feels very controlled, this energy, very, dare I say, tight. So King of Pentacles. I'm not sure if we're starting here, so let me just go ahead and show you these. King of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and the Hierophant. Major Arcana for Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus, but you don't have to be. Here we go. I don't know how to. I don't really know where we're starting, because all of this feels really powerful, and it also feels very, like, for lack of a better word, aggressive. Which is interesting, because it's not, I guess it is. Let's see. Or you're dealing with someone who's like this. This is a general, so the energy can be flipped the other way. Take it with a grain of salt. Apply yourself where you see yourself. Aries, what is this? Like, some of you might be making very decisive moves fairly quickly. Or as soon as you get the green light, you take off like a rocket, but it's solid, you know? It's still solid, even though it moves very fast. So maybe sort of like a bullet train is like an image that I'm kind of getting, or like any type of train, really, but like a bullet train, which moves fast, but it is a train, right? It's a very large vehicle. It's very sizable. It's very heavy, I would presume, or at least heavier than, you know, a single car would be, you know what I mean? But Aries, I feel like I feel like I want to talk about these two together. Is that right? That feels kind of good. So we're going to go with this because I want to show you something while I'm speaking, because that's the way I do it. So King of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. They didn't come out together, but I feel compelled to talk about them together. So King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be dealing with an Earth sign, but you don't have to be. And the Eight of Wands. I feel like, again, this is like a train. It doesn't have to be a bullet train, but it feels fast because of that Eight of Wands. And it's sturdy and it's on a track. Maybe that's where I'm getting the sturdiness coming from, because trains move along tracks. They move along prescriptive routes, like you know where they are. They have schedules. They have stations where they, come in and they leave from. It's not same thing with planes. Planes have, paths and stuff like that. But literally, you can't, like if suddenly a train needed to make a turn, it's not possible. So maybe that's what I'm sensing is like being very committed or dialed in, or very like chugga 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 chugga, but it's one solid path, or it's going in one predictable direction. That's either you or someone that you're dealing with. And I feel it's like purposeful, meaning the King of Pentacles wants it that way. Whoever that is, you or someone else. It could be you. Some of you, it's not you. It's someone that you're dealing with. The King of Pentacles does not futz around, does not fart around. It is not interested in wasting time, energy, effort, or money. So if this is any of that, your time, your energy, your effort, your money, how you're investing that, how you're utilizing that, where you're taking it, and how you're delivering it to other people or situations, what have you, you do that purposefully. This isn't a fling. This isn't some flimsy plan or idea that you just thought of yesterday, or it's not something that you're doing on a whim. This is all like calculated and, like I said earlier, like dialed in energy, very specific and focused. And the interesting part of it is, paired with the Eight of Wands, it happens pretty quickly. So again, I'm getting the sense of like, once you get the green light, you take off like a rocket, even though everything that happened before the green light hit is down to the King of Pentacles. So a lot of planning, a lot of, getting the right resources in place, making the right contacts, if we're talking about your business or your professional life, things like that. And, or in some of your cases, like disseminating. Was that disseminating? Oh, okay. So much like a train, maybe some of you in your professional life, like you deliver things, or you're meant to, possibly you work in the realm of transportation in some type of way, where as soon as you get the green light to launch or begin the journey, what have you, you just go, right? Maybe you're on a tight schedule, but because the King of Pentacles can talk about time as well, since we do value time in terms of in the 3D world. So energy, effort. I did say that. Energy, effort, time, money. Something like that, I think I said. If I didn't say time before, we're going to add it. So it could be that, like you're trying to keep a schedule, and so you were delayed perhaps because of whatever reason in your job or other area of your life, and now that you are no longer delayed, shoom, right out the gate, which again is the not typical of the King of Pentacles, but when it's paired with this Eight of Wands, as I was compelled to push them together and talk about them together, that's what this feels like. It feels like, you had everything loaded onto the train, everything is packed up in the vehicle, whether we're talking about trains, planes, or automobiles, it doesn't matter, and you're ready to deliver your packages or deliver your message, because that's the other thing about the Eight of Wands. It could be messages or communication. So it could be the release of something or the publishing of something, right? So you may have written an excellent novel. You might be creating something in terms of music. It doesn't matter. But once the green light hits and you're given the go by the powers that be, whoever that might be, wherever that person or entity is in your life, whatever I'm talking about, you hit it. You hit the ground running. And I love this energy for you, Aries, because, well, it feels very you, meaning, many of you are in your sweet spot, so to speak, in terms of your archetype, in terms of, the stereotypical things that we know of Aries, which is a pioneering energy, an energy or a person that calls the shots in their life. They don't answer to anybody else. And not to say you're, being a megalomaniac or an egomaniac, or you're being insufferable in terms of the eyes of others. Maybe you are, but in terms of what I'm feeling for the energy as the person or group of people that I'm addressing, it feels self-contained. It feels self-assured. What you're doing, you've decided a long time ago, or you've put the wheels in motion, and you've you've created and drafted an outline, and it's sort of going off without a hitch, is what this feels like. Going off without a hitch, for the most part. It feels whatever you're choosing to do, enact, move towards, move away from in some cases, whatever, it feels correct for you. If other people have a problem with it, that's their problem, right? Okay, we got there. So, progress. And it could be very, like I said, as soon as the green light is on, it's on. It could be a very flip of the switch, because I do get the sense from the King of Pentacles, no motion, like absolutely no movement whatsoever. But then all of a sudden, again, paired right next to it is the Eight of Wands. That is motion, undeniable movement. It is, and it happens like that. So a lot of you are taking off very quickly from a very static point in your life, static position, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, monetary. In turn, some of you in your love life, maybe you've had nobody to speak of, no one on your dance card, so to speak, and now all of a sudden, I've got like 5 dates lined up in the middle of this pandemic or whatever. I don't know where this is hitting for you, but I think it happens fairly quickly. Whatever you've been wanting to do, planning to do, maybe not even planning, but if that could also be what's going on for a few of you, because I do get the sense that the King of Pentacles is really smart and really resourceful. So if this is you, or whoever this is, they might have had like nothing really going on, and all of a sudden they're like sort of called upon, like ring ring, hey King of Pentacles, or hey Aries, we need you because we know you're good at this. This person suits up real quick. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't planning on doing anything, but because there's a sense of urgency, or there's a sense of my skills or my resources are needed, I'm here. Like, I'll be there as soon as possible. So maybe some of you are doing that in terms of your job or family life or something like that, where someone gives you a call and is like, hey Aries, there's an emergency. Do you think you could come over here? Do you think you could do this? Do you think you could send this? Again, like with this, putting something on a train, or putting something anywhere in a vehicle and shipping it somewhere else, sending it off. I feel you step up to the plate. Okay? We got there, because for a minute I was like, what the hell's going on? I can't really connect with the energy. Anyway, so then you also have the Hierophant come out. Now, in some of your cases, this is I feel like some of you are filling in for someone. Like somebody else, for whatever reason, they can't be where they need to be. They can't say or provide, or excuse me, not provide, fulfill a duty or a role. And so you quickly take over their seat. This is not nasty. This is not malicious. I'm not really feeling like Aries, is scheming on somebody's job or scheming on somebody's place of power. I don't think it's that. I think it's literally this person or someone else, whoever they are, who is, by normal standards, the Hierophant is a powerful person or influential person. Let's say it that way. An influential person. Thank you. So they could be your boss, but you become the interim, CFO because this person has a family emergency, or whatever it is. I don't know how it would work for you specifically, but there is this filling in the seat, filling the role for a time being. And that could, again, take you from a very static or very, not very active position to a very active position. But going back to the Hierophant energy, somebody who is influential, somebody who's a little powerful, or if not powerful to a certain extent, let's say it that way. Maybe, because that's the other part of what the Hierophant does, is mentor. So this could have been someone who, trained you in the ways of the Jedi. No, I'm kidding. But this could be the person who, you know, helped you along the way. And now that, you know, because we see an older gentleman here, right? So this person could be retiring and you are the natural replacement. So maybe it's not temporary. Maybe it's going to be a permanent replacement. It could be that this person simply needs you or is in a way testing you. Like maybe you have completed an apprenticeship. Maybe you have reasons that you need to prove yourself to this person or take some type of test in order to show this person that you've learned the lessons that they specifically have given you regarding a skill set or a particular job. You know what I mean? So I feel you're both helping this person and being guided by this person, or at some point you were guided by them and now you need to help them. It's like passing of the baton kind of energy. I don't think that would have, I mean, maybe you could be watching a tarot reading, but because of like the overtone of what the Hierophant traditionally looks like and speaks to is like religious overtones, and like in other decks you'll see someone who looks sort of like a pope or a bishop or something like that within a church. Maybe that's what's going on for some of you. Maybe you're taking over a sermon or you're taking over leadership within a church. And it's not that you're taking it from, it's just literally this person is unavailable for some reason. You would know, I don't know. If it's not quote unquote external in terms of like your business life, the life where you or the interactions that you have in your spiritual life or your faith-based life, if it's family or friends or closer, more intimate relationships, let's see if there's something there, because I feel that number one, that career and or spiritual thing doesn't apply to everybody. So I want to see what else is going on here. If this is friends or family, what happens here? Okay. In some cases, this is, I did say that about like dating where it seems like nothing's going on and then all of a sudden something's going on. So in some of your cases, this could be like maybe one or two of you in this collection of people who might be watching, you might suddenly propose to a person or get proposed to by someone. Or you might suddenly find yourself in a commitment. Whereas before you were very, you know, standalone figure, very solid on your own. You know, maybe you've been single for a very long time and you maybe have met someone and all of a sudden you guys are going to be playing house very, 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 very soon, is what that feels like. Very soon and also very seriously. I'm getting the sense, Aries, that if you are in the dating world, you're not, most of you, some of you are, you know, not really here yet, or maybe you have no interest in it at all. But I feel some of you are like playing for keeps because the King of Pentacles is super solid, super committed, or reliable. Thank you, reliable. And then the Hierophant talks about higher levels of commitment, or at least being beholden to some type of principle, some type of decorum, some type of tradition, right? So traditionally speaking, in the world of dating leads to commitment or engagements, and engagements lead to marriage and all that kind of stuff, right? So for some of you, that could be going on in your personal, more intimate lives. If it's a friendship, it's a fast friendship where maybe you had no one to really speak of in that way, or a business relationship you were kind of thinking, oh, I could, you know, run the shop by myself, and then all of a sudden you meet someone and you become kind of enmeshed with them. And it feels like, even though I'm using this word enmeshed, I don't think it's quote unquote unhealthy. At least it doesn't feel that way thus far. And notice also how I don't think I just did it, but you see how these two cards are slightly elevated above the Hierophant? There is sort of a passing of a baton. You know, the younger generation takes over for the older generation that's, you know, for lack of a better word, going out the door. For whatever reason, in whatever context. Hopefully nothing too serious or too grim, I suppose, or macabre, but it feels like mostly it's like a retirement or like a, hey, I'm not going to be available to do this. Can you do this for me? Fill in for me kind of thing. It doesn't feel like a loss, you know what I mean? So let's see what other information they have for you, Aries, because I don't think that needs to be clarified because it's your life. And if it resonated, you know exactly what I was saying. So let's get some further information here for Aries, please. Additional information regarding the situation for Aries. I am so hungry. You're the last reading. Actually, that's yeah, you're gonna be the last reading for the day. I don't want to do those. I'm sorry. I'm too hungry. Anyway, additional messages for Aries, please, regarding the situation. Thank you. 10 of Wands. Additional information, please, for Aries regarding the situation. And 9 of Cups. Okay, yes. So something, you're unburdening yourself from something, or lightening your load in some sense. 10 of Wands, 9 of Cups. Feels like possibly, for some of you, maybe this is like the last thing you need to do before a big payoff or a big payout. Even though this is 9 of Cups and not 9 of Pentacles, I still get this idea. Why can't I hold this without my wrist feeling so weird? Anyway, this still feels weird. I gotta change the angle on the camera. Anyway, so 10 of Wands. I feel like you're unburdening yourself and you're kind of getting a big payoff as soon as you do that. So remember I said earlier about the train and like waiting for the green light. So maybe you've been waiting to deliver a package. Maybe you've been waiting to deliver a message, again with the 8 of Wands there. And once that is out, now we can sort of breathe a sigh of relief, right? It's really like a weight off your shoulders. Something happens. And once it's over, brighter days ahead. Like, that's the very quick and short of this. I don't think there's much complication here, which is refreshing considering, again, I've done all the other 11 zodiacs before you, and there's a lot of complication going on in other people's lives, in other zodiac signs. But for you, Aries, it feels pretty straightforward. You know, if you're meant to take on a task or take on a role, fill in somebody's spot for a minute, once you do that, or once you're done filling in, sigh of relief, and you can get back to doing whatever you're doing. Or that filling in kind of leads to something else. Or, like, again, some of you are you're the successor of the Hierophant. Some of you, not all of you, some of you. So you literally will replace this person on a permanent basis. And that, one second. Excuse me. A little bit of a sneeze there. Not a little bit. It was a sneeze. Anyway, so you permanently replacing this person kind of unburdens you from something. Maybe you were underemployed or unemployed, or maybe you had been working for a long time trying to, again, not like in a bad way, not like steal this person's position. I don't think it was that. I think it was the natural succession, the natural progression of your career, that you would follow this person, or you would get that position. It just feels very natural that this was going to happen, regardless of where this is in your life. It was natural that you were going to fill in somebody's spot. It was natural you were going to replace someone once they retired. It is natural that you were waiting and waiting and waiting for your book to be published, and you finally got the green light from your publisher of when it was going to go on sale, and now you can, light up your social media and tell everybody when to go get your shit. You know what I mean? It's like you have known with this 10 of Wands, you have known for a while that once the green light hit, that was going to be it. You were going to just move very seamlessly into this new path in your life, because 10s are culmination points, right? 10 of Wands. So we've done the burden of carrying the weight. We've gone from point A to point B with these wands strapped to her back, right? She's made a long journey. And see, I think, yes, those are like tarot cards, right? Yes. So those are, excuse me, tarot cards around her. So for some of you, you've been consulting with a tarot reader. You might be a reader yourself, and it's been in the cards. Like, you're not shocked at and You're also not shocked, not only because of the tarot cards and, you know, what you've been questioning yourself about, or what you've been asking readers to give you insight about. You've also known because, again, Ten of Wands is the willful act of carrying a burden. We strap the wands onto our back knowing we have to go from point A to point B. Also, that's double confirmed because of the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, again, does not get invested in anything with time, money, energy, or effort that they know is a waste. There will be a payoff. Wise investments come from the King of Pentacles. So this is something that you've wanted, and that is again confirmed because of the Nine of Cups right next to it. So this is a wish fulfillment for you. You've wanted this position. I don't sense any snake in the grass kind of energy, like you sabotage this person to get their job. If some of you did, own it. That's what you did. You know, make your own choices. This is your life. But I really feel it was just like natural. Maybe it's a family thing. Maybe this is like the natural, you know, quote unquote order of the family, that the child of the person who is now currently the owner of the business would inherit it. You know what I mean? But anyway, wishes come true with that Nine of Cups. It feels really auspicious. This feels really positive. And again, even though there are other people here, especially with the Hierophant card, because that's the card with multiple people on it, all these other cards have single individuals on them. So you are really, I said that in the beginning, at the helm here. You're really driving this forward, or at least you're in control of whether or not the vehicle goes left or right. Nobody else is going to tell you where to go. You decide, okay? So this is a very easy reading. Let's just get some advice, and then that's the end of it, because there's nothing else to explore here. Congratulations, Aries, because I swear other readings I've done for the other 11 ain't so pretty. So anyway, let's see. What's the advice for Aries in this situation, please? What's the advice for Aries in this situation? Please show me. Okay. Well, we're not going to take all three. And I might note that this is, yep, Emperor and Queen of Swords. We're going to hold on to them. We're going to hold on to them. We're going to put them on the top of that pile. I'm more interested in what fell to the thing here. Exactly. Perfect. Okay. So I think that's on reserve. That makes sense. Or at least I'm going to make it make sense. These are very similar energies, very quickly. Emperor and Queen of Swords. Very decisive characters. Very self-contained or self-possessed people. And these could be people around you. These could be people that you're partnering with. These could be people that, you know, you call your friends, your family, it doesn't matter. Or it's you, and it's just... Now I'm seeing like, what are those things? Like funhouse mirrors? Like, you know, when you go to like a carnival or something and you can like walk through the funhouse and you see yourself reflected on several surfaces. Not to say you're being like egotistical or narcissistic. I just see... You see yourself in everything that you're doing, in every plan that you're making, in every move that you're making. You are the primary vision, and you're trying to maintain that vision. Always see yourself in the situation in some type of way. Maybe it's ego-based. Maybe there's a little bit of, you know, non-clinical narcissism, like traditional, you know, mythical narcissism, right? Where you're just like so in love with yourself. And I don't want to call you a narcissist in the clinical way, because I don't feel that energy. But yes, Emperor and Queen of Swords, again, backing up what's going on with the King of Pentacles, self-possessed, in control of what happens next, driving the ship or driving the car, what have you, right? But the card that we're going to talk about that fell to the table, and that's why I wanted it, or that's why I focused on it, is the Knight of Cups. Water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be dealing with a water sign, but you don't have to be. And Emperor is you, that's Aries, and then Queen of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, the only sign that really matters is you, but if any of those other signs pop in your ears and you kind of like the sound of it because someone around you is one of them, congratulations. Now, possibly, now that the transition has happened, where you're taking over for someone, or the messages or the packages are delivered, the book will be published, you can move forward in this trajectory, on this path. Now that we've got motion going, you might be able to take a little bit of a break. I feel like, again, breath of fresh air. I feel like relaxed. I feel really relaxed when I'm interacting with this energy. Could be someone around you. Could be a new friend, a new colleague, a new dating partner, a new sexual partner. It doesn't matter. Just a new friend or an old friend. It doesn't matter. But I feel whoever this is, whether it's you or someone else, just like really mellow. And, you know, as much as I feel you are prepared for the Ten of Wands, the preparedness coming from the King of Pentacles, I still know that you're a human being, Aries. You're not indestructible, right? It's not, no human on this earth is indestructible. So this Ten of Wands, even though you can carry the weight, even though you can do the do the deed, thank you, and carry forward with whatever needs to be carried forward with or whatever, I feel it can drain you. It can make you tired. It can stress you out. And this is a way more mellow energy that I think is happening now that the heavy lifting is over. I mean, it would kind of be like that, right? Oh, that's another way that we could see this. Well, at least I could easily see it. So you see how this woman with the Ten of Wands is like walking through like sort of like a town square, or she's like coming into a village or something like that, or leaving a village or whatever. But I imagine that she's coming into a village, right? And after walking for several miles with that bundle of wands on her back, right? And then she goes to the local pub, goes to the local, you know, watering hole, and is welcomed by that person, you know, the woman behind the bar with like the 9 glasses of wine in front of her. I can imagine that, you know, there's a little, that's where that comes from. It's like, I've carried this burden, I've done this hard work, and now I can relax. Have a couple of cocktails, meet up with a friend, you know, pop a bottle of champagne, and congratulate yourself a little bit. That's what that feels like. It feels really good. Aries, this was a pretty positive reading. I mean, aside from stress, it feels like you're okay. So, Aries, if you liked the reading, please hit the like button. If you found something here that resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. If you feel free to, or excuse me, if you feel compelled to share, do feel free to share. And if you want to continue to see my content, why not subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already? Doing any and all of those things would help show support to the channel, and I would appreciate it no matter what you do, okay? So again, Aries, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care.